Okay, all right. So in this session, we are going to look into EIGRP router ID and what are the issues that we can face in EIGRP router ID. Okay, so this is the topology that I'm going to explain about this issue, and we can proceed further. All right. So by default, EIGRP router ID will not cause any sort of issues. There is only one issue that will be happen with the same router ID between the neighbors. That issue is it will not allow redistributed routes to enter. So that's what the issue is about. So to make it simple, we can say to be as EIGRP router ID will cause issues only to the redistributed networks. That is, if let's consider R1 and R2 are running EIGRP AS1 and R1 and R3 are running OSPF. There are a couple of informations in the R3 router that is being redistributed in R1 and that is being forwarded to R2. So now the R2 knows every information about R3. There is no issue, and they can able to reach and share the informations between each others. Okay, but suppose due to some issues there is some misconfiguration or whatever it be between R1 and R2. Somehow both of them are having a same router ID. EIGRP neighbors are having a same router ID. If that is the case, here the whatever the information that is being learning from R3 will not be forwarded to R2. So that's the only problem over here. It will not be forwarded to R2. So that's the issue in EIGRP neighbors with the same router ID. So let's have a configuration and just check it from our end so that it will be more clear for you to understand over this. Alright, so this is the topology that I'm going to use, and here are the three routers. Okay, first let's check the IP interface. The IP address has been configured with a loopback of 1.1.1.1. Next, I will check with the protocols. There is no protocol running. So for R2, the same informations. Okay, so let's check any routing protocol has been running. No routing protocols. Okay, so while in case of R3, the same informations. No routing protocol. The first thing we are going to configure EIGRP between R1 and R2. Okay. Right. So now I'm going to configure OSPF between R1 and R3. Right. So now I can able to see. Sorry, now the configuration part is being run. Now haven't redistributed. I'm going to redistribute OSPF into EIGRP and back again from EIGRP to OSPF in R1 router. Okay. So first we move out to EIGRP configuration. Redistribute its OSPF 1 with a metric of 1500, then Okay, so now the redistribution from OSPF to EIGRP is completed. Now the same from OSPF1 redistribute EIGRP1 subnets. Okay, so now the redistribution process has been completed. Now the R2 should have about the R3 information. R3 router's information is routing table. First, what are the information that has been in R2? Sorry, in R3 first we need to check. Okay, 3.3.3.3. So this is what we are going to look into now. The routing table, we can see about 192.160.13.0 is there, but 3.3 is not available. Then we need to check whether it is been, is there any issue in configuration or not. Okay. Okay. So we have particularly advertised this network. So here how we have done the configuration. No issues. So now what I'm going to do is going to advertise router OSPF1 and network of 3.3.3.3 0 with area 0. Alright, so now I should have to see this network information in routing table of R2. Yeah, now I got the information. Now I'm going to reach. Yeah, now the reachability is also there. There's no issue in case of reachability as of now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is going to give the EIGRP router ID for R1 and R2 to be the same. So first we need to verify what is the router ID. Show IP EIGRP topology. Going to filter the ID. It's 2.2.2.2 in R2. It's 1.1.1.1 in R1. Okay, we can either change R1 or R2 to be the same router ID. Here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the router ID of R1 to 2.2.2.2, which is the router ID of R2. Router. Now I have changed the router ID of R1. Okay, so within a couple of seconds it should have to reform the neighbors. Yeah, it has formed the neighborship. So let's check whether we can able to see the information of 3.3.3.3. Now the information is not there. The reason is the redistributed networks will not be advertised if both the neighbors of EIGRP will have a same router ID. But you can able to see the own origin information, that is the EIGRP information 1.1.1.1 will be here in R2. Only the redistributed routes will not be available. Other than that, all other informations will be available in the routing table of R2. So this is one of the most irrelevant issues also we can see. It's very complex to find in the topology or in the environment. So you should be aware about what is there in the network before troubleshooting. So this is one of the most difficult issues to find in the environment if you are using EIGRP. So we should be aware about that. So that's it about EIGRP router ID related issues. If you have any queries or doubts regarding EIGRP router ID related queries, you can just give a comment. That's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time.